Well, hello, I'm Bob Dendry. This is a very Transport Fever 2 Christmas. So, first of all, before anyone asks, this is not the next series of Transport Fever 2. This is just a limited series I'm filming a little bit in advance so I can get some episodes out while I'm off getting married. So, there you go. We are in 1970s England with a bit of a catch. There are no trains. Strange. So, what we're going to be doing is we've got a fairly small map here. We have towns that are clustered fairly densely together, and what we're going to do is basically just try and get these towns to grow, get some cool suburban type rail services running and that sort of thing, while of course serving our towns with all of their goods requirements as well. We have a heap of industries, so this will be a little bit challenging. It's not going to be really the easiest sort of thing we can do, but I'm confident that we can serve these towns, make a good profit, and also, build some pretty cool rail lines as well. I was just having a look over here. Apparently there was a farm here, but it's gone. The farm is no longer there. There's no farm here either. That's very strange. In fact, all of these areas have farms that are no longer present. That is very strange, and I hope I haven't broken anything. We've got a farm over here that doesn't have any fields at all, so I've definitely broke something when I was building this map. But regardless, we're going to run with it. So I think definitely as a first starting step, we have a food processing plant here, we've got a farm, and we also have 2 towns in that general area that also are requiring food. So I think we're going to start off by getting a basic sort of industry chain set up to serve that need, and then we can also run some passengers between these towns as well to get that sort of service started up. First thing we need to do here is we actually need to get our rail infrastructure built so that we can actually get trains out. We can, service them when they require repairs, things like that. And a good place that we could look to do that is probably along the line of where our actual railway is going to run. And I think our passenger railway will probably run sort of up against this mountain and we'll curve around there. So we could look to have our sort of rail service centre in this sort of, corridor, we could say. And that will also allow us to flow onto Epsom as well when we're ready to do that. All right, so we're going to start by building a few sheds, and these are from the March TMD assets. March TMD being a maintenance centre in the UK, which is what we will be sort of running with quite a few different assets relating to. And yeah, we're going to get our sort of main building for our rail depot here is going to be the 4-track depot from that asset. Unfortunately, this doesn't act as an asset itself, which is unfortunate, but it's pretty cool. You can do things like closing and opening doors, things like that. So it's quite customizable, and you can actually change what asset you're running there as well. So I might actually place down our station just so we've got somewhere to sort of aim our tracks, but we're not going to actually service the area quite yet with passenger services, just because, well, there's probably not enough demand for it, and we need that backing, as we know, of industrial services to sort of finance the start of these passenger services. So once again, the station is going to go down, but not the actual we're not actually going to be servicing it quite yet. There we go. We have Ottery St Mary's Station, the first station of our entire network. So what we'll do from here is we'll lay out a bit of a template, you could say, of how everything is going to look from here. We use standard track, at least for the moment, so that's what we will use moving forward as well. Yeah, we need to get a reasonable curve. I think up to 80 k's an hour is pretty decent. In fact, we're probably going to move the this a little bit. We'll delete it and replace it just so it lines up well with the tracks themselves. All right. and that's downhill there. So this section here is probably pretty ripe for us to use for our sheds and things. Once again, we'll get the March TMD shed laid down. I'm just going to try and get it nice and straight to our existing railway line. Perfect. We've got our first little lot of tracks there. We might do a little bit of smoothing as well of the terrain. Just keep everything reasonably flat. And we also have some like office buildings, things like that as well. Very cool, very cool. All right, and here we've got our first rail yard of our new network. So we spent a bit of money doing that for, I guess, no real gain, but it is what it is. So next I'm going to get the stations for our food lines set up. We'll then connect them up to the network and we'll be able to go from there. Ooh, and we're wanting to bridge. We're not going to do that, but we are going to need to, I guess, take a little bit of a deviation so that we don't need to bridge or anything like that. I think that looks pretty decent. We did tunnel here, which I don't particularly like, so we might try that again. It's going to be more expensive to dig, as strange as that is, but we'll pay the price because, yeah, I just don't think a tunnel is necessary in this little area here. And we'll get probably 2 passing loops in as well. And from there, we will have this punch through. I don't think it'll connect to anything right now, but we'll just set up a triangle so that it can get to the main line. Maybe not even a triangle at this point. Well, it'll just be a probably just a direct connection. Maybe? Okay, there we go. All right, I'm going to quickly signal this and then we'll be back to get trains running. I've also got running directions set as drive on right, which is, well, it was a mistake. Obviously in the UK they drive on the left. Not heaps happy with that choice, but it is what it is. And I guess for the American viewers, yay for you. We do also need an actual depot building. Unfortunately, I think I mentioned this already, but yeah, unfortunately we can't actually get trains out of these buildings. There are some custom depots that do actually work. This is not one of them, but I think this still fits in. This could be like an old, the old building, and the the larger shed is the new one. Potentially, I don't know. I think we should be able to join up here though. Lovely. So what have we got available? I'm running UK trains. We do have a few German ones probably at the moment, which I need to remove. Yeah. But yeah, UK is primarily where it's at. And I think we're going to go with class 47s at this point. And we're already out of money, as you can see. So we are going to need to do some borrowing. Yay. You know how much I love borrowing money, right? So we'll get probably just the one in at the moment, and we will establish a new line for it. This reindeer possibly has a death wish. Oh no! Oh! Wow, lucky you can't see that. Oh. Okay, I'm feeling a bit queasy now. Just kidding, he's fine. He's just phased through the tracks because he has superpowers. That's how he survived that whole thing. He phased through the train and now he's phased through the tracks. See, look, he's fine. He's all good. I think I may have realistic acceleration mod turned off, which is why these are flying along. I don't know. I'll probably leave it off. I've started playing like this, so may as well continue, I guess. Next, we do have the possibility of a building materials chain quite close by. We've got a quarry over here, and we've got the construction materials plant here. And obviously, we've also got Shipping Norton over here that requires construction materials. So it seems like a good place for us to continue to expand the line, I think. Might actually turn the catenary off here. Because it's not really required. We're going to be running diesels on this line as well. So we'll leave it off for the moment. And we just need to just avoid the edge of these mountains here. Might be easier said than done, actually, because we're going to have to come in quite hot here. It doesn't look terrible. Could be better, but I think it's perfectly functional. And over on this side, it's actually a really easy connection. I said that and then it wasn't a really easy connection. No, there we go. We'll need, I think, one passing loop over here. And this is also a good opportunity to signal this part of the main line at least to support these movements. We're probably only going to have one train running right now, but want to make sure that, of course, if we do expand it to multiple trains, we don't forget, which is always the possibility with me that I'll forget to do something. I probably don't actually need a crossover there, so we're going to leave it off. It'll just make things a bit easier. We'll have a crossover at the other end of the platforms, though. Okay, that is the super duper easy little new line we can build here as well. Once again, we'll probably take out a bit more of a loan if we can to finance the purchase and running of this train. And we're going to run with class 47s again, I think. And to support the growth of these towns, I might actually get some bus networks set up now rather than waiting until we build trains. Hopefully that won't lose us too much money. I don't think it will, especially if we only have a couple of buses on each. And I think we should just be able to use one depot to service all of these as well. I don't think we will need a depot in each town. These would realistically be really the same city. They just haven't grown together yet, and they'll be, one day different suburbs, I think, in that city. All right, what do we got available here? Whoa. That's crazy. So we've got these man buses, so we might get 6 of them purchased if we can afford it. We can, and we'll just get a couple of, or one line set up in each city, just to carry everything that we need. We've run out of money. That's okay. We should be fine here. I don't think it's going to be too bad. We should be able to finance at least these bus lines with the 2 freight lines that we've set up. We'll just need a little while to do that. I got a tiny bit of money, so I'm going to try and get some in before we run out again. Damn it. Oh, what the hell? Let's just take out more loans. One thing I've actually forgotten to do is to get our goods produced at these locations into the towns, and that's going to be a key part of the additional profit we'll have. So I think we should fix that immediately and start to get those flowing in. Okay, we should hopefully shortly start to see some food popping up at our Chipping Norton East truck station. It looks like we're getting decent amount of production from the farm, though not anything really to write home about. In terms of our stone, it's slowly going up, but once again, nothing sort of drastic in terms of the numbers we're pulling there. But we have some money now, so I'm going to finish building our bus lines in these 3 cities as well. It looks like as well we've got a lot of cars coming through them as well. That possibly could indicate that we're in a good spot to maybe get our train line in. Not 100% though. Oh, hang on. One of these is a truck station. Need to remove that. Cool. All right. So, yeah, we've got some initial bus services set up in these 3 towns as well. But, yeah, we're seeing, quite significant car traffic here, which is never a good thing when you're trying to get services flowing into cities or through cities in Transport Fever 2, because it's, I suppose, as in real life, it's just so disruptive. We are starting to see a few little bits of food though, so that's good to see. Might get a few trucks running on our construction materials line as well, because the construction materials plant is pretty much topping out. So to be able to increase our throughput and improve profitability on the train lines, we need to be doing something with those materials. In order to hopefully reduce some of the pressure on this main road, which is going to affect our goods throughput, I might build a secondary connection on the other side of the rail line that goes directly into Malvern. I think that should pretty much cover the demand there. Might hook it onto the end, or hook this line onto the end anyway. That should help. That's my sincere hope, anyway. And this is the absolute sucker that thought that train services were running from this station. They turned up, they're like, yeah, I'm going to go to Malvern on the train today. And then they realized, actually, no, there's no trains. It's just a station. So I'm sorry about that, and we will solve your concerns shortly, I'm sure. Now, I came to the conclusion that having overheads here just didn't work because this is sort of a more regional area. So I went to the effort of painstakingly removing the overheads. So we're now not under the wires. And we also have acquired a number of Class 110 DMUs. These are going to run on the suburban line around the area, and we are hopefully by the end of this episode going to get that started. Based on the price of these, yeah, we'll absolutely be able to do that. These are actually reasonably cheap, so I think we should be able to get the line completed, or at least for the moment, have it completed and start services running. I don't know why it's got the whole length of that there. Oh, it's gone now. Okay, I'm not sure what that was about. And we will get our station in at Shipping Norton. Alrighty, so we should be good to go now and get a new line created for this sort of suburban service we're going to be running in the, Malvern, Shipping Norton, Ottery type corridor. I think two-car trains should be sufficient to get this started off. One thing I'm enjoying about this new series that I'm recording right now is that when you compare it to the long game, the game's still running smoothly, like you can see it here. So we're going to take the opportunity to hop aboard the Malin Line, and hope you enjoy it. We're at the end of our trip on the Malvern Suburban Line. A nice quick one. I love that one because it was just nice and quick, no slowdowns or anything, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. Did notice this during the ride along, which is, as you can see, not great. So I'm just going to quickly resolve that. This should be a nice, quick and easy fix. I'm just going to move out the join a little bit and get rid of that. And that should be nice and easy. So I think things are looking pretty good so far for the Malvern area. We've been able to get some public transport set up for them. We've got some food and construction materials coming in as well to help expand the towns. And yeah, just generally things are pretty good. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you get a ding to your device the next time I post a video. You can find links to all my social media in the description, so please jump on there, like, follow, subscribe, do all that wonderful stuff. Big shout out to my Founders Club patron, Caleb. Caleb, thank you so much for your assistance in helping to make this possible. If you want to help out the channel, you can pop on to Patreon, or also the new YouTube memberships, which are now available as well, as I'm now a YouTube partner. But until next time, I'm Bob Dendry. This is a very Transport Fever 2 Christmas. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.